Back again, and now I want to tell you about 10 tips to use when you're shopping at the Dollar Tree. Now, I'll admit that, I've been shopping at the Dollar Tree as long as there's been a Dollar Tree, which is this year 30 years. But I never shopped there like I do now. It wasn't until I started watching YouTube and watching Dollar Tree hauls that I was like, well, actually, it wasn't even Dollar Tree hauls. It was watching people organize, and they were sharing. Sorry, my southern accent was very pronounced. They were sharing the organizers they found at the Dollar Tree. And then I started watching the Dollar Tree hauls, and I was like, wow, you can get some good stuff there. So, with that said, there are some tips that I've learned from shopping there that I want to share with you so that when you go to the Dollar Tree, you have the best experience. The first tip is to obviously watch YouTube. You want to watch hauls that are, coming out, recent hauls, so you can see what the Dollar Tree has or may have, because sometimes you'll see something you really want and your Dollar Tree doesn't have it. Yeah, that always sucks. As you're watching, the next tip is as you're watching these hauls, you want to write down anything you may want. So make a list. Now, if you're in the store and you see something, don't think, I'll get it later. That's the thing about the Dollar Tree. Just because you see it now doesn't mean it's going to be there when you come back. So get it then. And this is especially true if this is an item that you can't believe the Dollar Tree is carrying. I'm kicking myself because I didn't stock up better when they had the Mucinex. Now my store doesn't have any now that it's cold and flu season. And I'm out. And, it was $1 there, and the same size package at Big Lots was $3.49. So, yeah, if you see it, buy it. Now, tip number 4 is to shop often. The Dollar Tree always has things coming in. If you've ever happened to be crossing or passing by the door to the stockroom and they've had it open, chances are you've seen that it is stacked to the ceiling. They always have new stuff coming in, so shop there as often as possible. Tip number 5 is to use coupons. I don't know when they started accepting coupons, but they do. So a lot of times you're going to walk away with free stuff. And if your coupon says like it's for $2 to $3 off, you can still use it there. It's just going to go through as only $1 off. They do not do overages. Another great tip is to check the bread rack. You will find name brand bread there all the time, good dates, and $1. It pains me to pay regular price for bread now because they carry my bread at the Dollar Tree, but they don't always have it. Next, this is probably a controversial tip, but it's something that's important to me. With beauty products and food, I really suggest checking the country of origin and buying from countries that you're comfortable with. There are some countries that I'm not comfortable buying with. I don't want to put their products on my face, and I especially don't want to consume their products. That's just me. The next tip is to not forget to look at the books. There's so many awesome books you can find at the Dollar Tree, and these are books that are, have retailed for $15 to $30 each. I mean, it's just, and yeah, you have to dig through them, but it's worth it if you like to read. Tip number 9 is to hit the holiday stuff early. Yeah, holiday stuff comes out a couple months before the actual holiday. But with the Dollar Tree, especially like Christmas stuff, if you don't get it now, or I mean as soon as it comes out, depending on when you're watching this video, there's a good chance you're not going to get the stuff you was wanting. So even if it's October and they're putting out Christmas stuff and you're like, oh, that's cute, I'm going to get that when it gets closer to Christmas, there's a good chance it's not going to be there. So just be aware of that, and if you see something you like, buy it, stick it in the closet, pull it out at Christmas. And the last tip is to look closely at brands. One thing that the Dollar Tree is very notorious for is you'll see something, you're like, oh my god, I can't believe they have this, and this is a brand I love, and chances are it may not be. If you look closely, you're going to see that it's Like they have like it's like oil of life, I think it's what it's called, instead of Olay body wash. And the bottles are shaped the same. Now that one's not as bad because the printing on the front doesn't necessarily match that of Olay. But yeah, you just want to look closely. And some of that stuff is still good. Just, be aware of what you're buying. So that's 10 tips. I hope these help you out. And I'll see you next time. Bye.